Good morning, motherfuckers. It's Erica with Not Your Average EDC. Probably got you, didn't I? I also just scared Kane, poor guy. It's Erica with Not Your Average EDC. Today we are doing a really fun video that is inspired from Jared over at Reeve's Knives. We are going to go through my folding collection and pretend that we could only choose one knife. So we will end on what I think is the best knife right now in my collection for me. Obviously, this is subject to change, personal opinion. Also, we look like a crazy person. I just washed my hair, so, yeah. Hair's a little wild. Probably could use a haircut. Let's get into this. This is a really fun video. These are not necessarily in order of, like, a rank to the top. It's pretty close, but I didn't pay too much attention to that. So, just keep that in mind. Yeah. Okay, so, the first one that we have in the lineup that would just, like, obviously be an absolute no-go is the GEC Bullnose. This is a really great knife, but for a one and only, it just wouldn't work for me because it does not lock. It has no pocket clip. The steel is not ideal for EDC, in my opinion. It's 1095. It just doesn't hold an edge long enough. This blade shape isn't the best for me for EDC, but it's really like the fact that it just doesn't lock. It's a little too old school, so although a great knife, this could not be my one and done. The next one in the lineup, which I forgot to include in my collection video, I completely spaced grabbing this out of the box, the Benchmade 707 sequel, otherwise known as the gentleman's version of the mini Griptilian. This is a discontinued model, however, it's absolutely incredible, and I really wish that Benchmade would bring this back because it's just a better mini grip. It has better materials, it has a better look, it just feels good, and I really wish that they would bring this back. Granted, this one is extremely old. I got this when I was like 16, I think, for my birthday, so this one's in 154 cm, which used to be their like flagship steel until I went to S30V. But if they redid this and did it with like S30V or maybe like CPM D2 or something, I think that would be really neat. Yeah, this is a great knife. Aluminum scales with G10 inlays, a really nice little knife, but it's in 154 cm, which is really outdated. And because it's discontinued, I could not get this replaced if I lost it, and I don't even know if I can get it warranted or fixed because I don't know if they have the parts for it anymore. It's so freaking old, and they don't make it. So that one, although fantastic, is not the one that I would choose. Also, it's a little small for me. Just a little bit. And speaking of small knives, we do have the mini Griptilian next, which is a really great knife, but a little small for like a one and done EDC knife for me. And again, just a little bit outdated, a little thick with that stock thickness. Because I'm feeling like if I had a one and done knife, I would also maybe be using it for food prep or more slicey tasks. And this one simply just is a little bit thick. So next, because we're still on the roll with the small knives, we do have the Reeve Small in Cosi. Again, another really great knife, but borderline too small for me. And the thing that just sends me over the edge with this one, where I could not do this for the rest of my life, is the finger choils. I really dislike those. I wish this knife just didn't have them. It would be way better without them for me. Even though my fingers fit in there perfectly, I just don't like them. I hate when knives tell me what to do. I hate when anyone tells me what to do. But especially a knife. I don't like that my fingers have to go in there. So I could not do that for eternity. As great as this knife is, I couldn't do it. But very nice knife, very good backup knife, or, you know, if you like small knives, there you go. Okay, this is where we start getting a little more tricky, and where it starts to get a little hard to choose which one would be the one and done. Like, we're already into the war zone here, because the rest of these are very true to my heart. So, the Delica. This is a really great knife, and I just love it. I adore K390. I adore the model, but outdated, man, with that backlock there. It's just outdated. I don't know if I could deal with that for the rest of my life. Because it's just not as one-hand user-friendly as other locking options. And it just, I have to pay a little more attention to opening and closing this. That kind of just doesn't do it for me in the long run. If I had other options to rotate with, I could definitely do it. But one and done, I can't do it. Also, taking a Delica apart, I don't know if I'm just stupid, but it is not the easiest knife for me to maintain, which is a part of something that I really enjoy. I like taking my knives apart, cleaning them, taking care of them, so that does play a role in the one and done final knife. I am taking everything into consideration, including ease of maintenance. So the next one is my beloved Spyderco Native 5 Lightweight. And essentially for the same reasons that the Delica would not work for me, I just could not do a backlock for the rest of my life. I do feel that this blade shape is absolutely incredible, and I love it dearly. Everything about this I love, but especially that forward choil, but I cannot do a backlock for the rest of my life. As sad as it is. Okay, we're getting like really tricky here. Okay, we're getting really into it. I think we're also out of order at this point too, because I really shouldn't be. Okay, let me switch the. Oh god. Oh god. Let me switch some things around. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, so the next one is the Hogue Mini RSK Ritter, whatever the other letters are. I love this knife so much. It's really, really good. And I don't know. It's just not the right one for me. Now I think we're getting into things that either give me or do not give me the fizz, as Wrangler Star would say. That is another part of the equation, right? Like, if the knife doesn't give us the fizz, how could we carry it forever? We have to have that little, like, spark of excitement when we use it. And this gives me that sometimes, but not all the time, so it doesn't work. Now, the rest of these give me the fizz. Very much so. The next one is the Emerson Mini A100. And this, oh my gosh, every time I use it, every time I look at it, I fall in love all over again. I love this knife. But there's no way I could do that thickness for the rest of my life. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work for food prep. That's not going to work for finer cutting. As gorgeous as this is, and as great of a multi-tool as it is, wouldn't work, right? Wouldn't work for eternity. So, along with that, which this is breaking my heart, the 940 wouldn't work forever either. Because it's just a little hindered by the blade. Right? Definitely a thick boy. Granted, this one has the edge laid back to 15 degrees per side, which immensely advances what you can do with this. But in all, it's just... Also, edge longevity, guys, another thing. You just don't have a lot of that with the 940 because this blade is so short in this direction. You do not have a lot of sharpening life on this blade. You run out pretty quick, so not for me. So now we're going to get into the knives that have much more blade height and more sharpening life, which does contribute to my final decision. Para 3. A fantastic knife in terms of sharpening life. Full flat ground. You have a good amount of space to sharpen this. Superior slicer. Absolutely incredible. But ease of maintenance, not there for me. I really don't like how annoying this lanyard tube is when you are disassembling the knife. I do not like that. And I have taken apart so many Para 3s, and a lot of them were a fucking pain in the ass. And I had to heat up the Loctite. I don't know if this one has Loctite. I have heard that they don't use it anymore. They use like a lighter version. I don't know what the truth is. I have not tried to take this apart yet. But just ease of maintenance with this, not there for me. And it is a hair bulky if we're going to start nitpicking, which at this point we are to get to our final decision. It's a little, the ergonomics are a little bulky for eternity. So we're slimming out now. So now we have the TRM Neutron 2. Slimmer, lighter, thinner, thin blade stock, nice and slicey, a great steel. We have 20 CV on this one. All the bells and whistles, really nice lockup, great action, kind of has everything going for it. Very well made. But one of the things I'm looking for in my one and done knife is the ability to maybe use it as a multi-tool if need be. Like, shit hits the fan, I don't have my multi-tool on me or my pry bar. I want to be able to kind of crank on that knife if I need to. Like, I just want it to be able to. I know a lot of people don't believe in that. I know you shouldn't use your knife as a pry bar. I do. Light me on fire. I'm going to hell anyway. Don't care at this point. I just would not feel comfortable toying around with this as something other than a knife. It would make me a little nervous. And I want to be able to just use my shit, okay? Use your motherfucking shit. So, the second to last is the Benchmade Bugout. Man, do I love this. This has everything that I want. It's slicey, it's lightweight, it's durable. The blade shape is absolutely incredible. Easily replaced and maintained. It has everything going for it except for long-term durability. Specifically the lock. I have never broken Omega springs, and I have been using Benchmades since I was like 16, like I said earlier. But in the grand scheme of things, compared to the Winner's lockup, I just feel that the Axis lock is a little more fragile than the final knife. Like, the locking mechanism itself is very durable, but those springs just... If I had to use these for the rest of my life, I feel like eventually I would break one, and it could be annoying to replace. I don't know. Man, do I love the Bugout, though. Like, it made it to second to last, so of course I love it. The winner. You guys probably know what this is. I'll give you a second to guess, but I'm sure you already know. The Chris Reeve Small Sabenza 31 is the winner. And, you know... People say that it's ridiculous that I would have like a $475 knife and use it. Why would I have a $475 knife if I did not use it? That to me would be the crazy part, is if I didn't use it. Like, what's the point in having it? So the small Sabenza 31 is the knife that I would choose if I had to use one knife to rely on for the rest of my life. For so many reasons. Readily available. Like, yes, if you get on the Chris Reeve website and try to order your own, you have to wait a couple years. But dealers are getting them shipped in all the time. I get an email. I get emails multiple times a week from different distributors that they just got a shipment of Chris Reeve knives in. So if I needed another one, I could get one. Warranty is fantastic. If anything happens to this, I can send it in and I know I'll be taken care of. Extremely rugged knife. Sabenza does mean work, and that's exactly what it is intended to do. It's just meant to frickin' work. The science that went into this knife, into every part of its existence, is actually meant to work and to have longevity and to just be an heirloom tool that you can use and pass on to your kids. It's just every aspect of it. The tolerances are incredible. Very lightweight, very thin, slim. I don't have a pocket clip on this one, but I do believe that the Chris Reeve pocket clips are phenomenal from factory. I have never been tempted to put a Lynch clip on or anything. I do like that it's one hand open and close very easily. ease of maintenance is 100% there. This knife is the easiest to take apart and put back together. Because, I mean, in essence, you don't even need this part of the pivot to make the knife work. That just locks it in. But you can put this back side in and literally open and close the knife and it's not going to fall apart on you. Like, that's pretty impressive. Extremely easy to take apart, clean, put back together. They give you the tools to do it. They give you everything you need to take care of this knife yourself. You do not void the warranty. If you take it apart and clean it, they actually want you to. And the science that went into this blade shape and this grind, it just makes a lot of sense to me in terms of a one-and-done tool forever. The hollow grind is so thin for so long in this blade. Like, it's literally meant to be sharpened over and over and over again and not get stupid thick behind the edge in that process. A lot of science went into this. You have a nice pointy tip in case you need that in your knife. And the stock thickness is, like, very durable but not too thick, right? I have videos of me prying with this knife and scraping and doing all kinds of really dumb stuff. And it can handle it because it's literally the perfect stock thickness. Like, most perfect. It is very durable, but not so thick where you can't slice with it. Lockup is incredibly strong. Seems to have a great amount of time before anything needs to be tweaked, if at all. Like, that's just a solid lockup. I don't feel that it's going to fail me or break like an Axis lock could. You could, you know, bust one of those springs, but you're not really going to bust anything on this. It's a titanium frame lock. I don't know why it's not focusing. Everything about this is just, it's simple and it works. If I had to have a one-and-done knife, I don't want to have to put effort into keeping it as my one-and-done knife. The whole point of it is to kind of just, like, have it there. It can do everything that you need it to, and you never really have to worry about it. And that's what I get with a Chris Reeve Small Sebenza 31. Absolutely. Everything about this is damn near perfect for me and my use. So that's my one-and-done. If I could only have one forever. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I think these are always so fun to, like, hear people's choices and then why they made that choice and to watch the evolution of what doesn't quite fit the bill for that person. I think it's so neat. So, yeah, Jared, if you ever see this, thank you for the inspiration for this video. I think they're a blast. Let me know down in the comments what you guys would choose for your one-and-done knife. If you don't make a video about it, let me know down in the comments. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Go use your shit. Use your knives. Maybe use your Sebenza. Yeah. I will see you guys on the next video. Love you all very, very much.